Hey everybody, it's actually pretty late in the afternoon, around 2 o'clock or so, maybe even a little later. So pretty much rained all day today, and the last band of rain just went through the area. So it's going to be a very short hike today. I'm just hiking in to Front Royal and gonna call it a day. So short hike, doing a Nero. Looking forward to staying in Front Royal tonight. Okay, catch you later. So today's my last day hiking in Shenandoah National Park. I really enjoyed hiking through here. You know, I came in through the south end, and the trails have just been really nice the entire way, really. The waypoints were kind of fun, a little something different on the trail. And the views, you know, I think the views are probably better on the road, but I got a few good views on the trail. Yeah, kind of bittersweet leaving the park today, but got to keep moving. Okay, just looking back on Shenandoah, it's been a good hike. I'm just about to hit the boundary. I don't think there's a sign at the boundary line. This would be it. But yeah, just past the ranger station and just stepping out of the national park. Okay, check and done. Yeah, about 100 miles inside the park, and now moving north. Should be at the road crossing in just a couple of miles. I'll catch you later. So, just getting off the trail. I believe the land to my left, and maybe some land that I just walked past, you know, a quarter mile back, there was a really tall fence. I think that might be federal land, like the Smithsonian zoo land. And I know that's around here somewhere. I thought they would have a plaque or something on it, or some type of sign. But there was federal land here where they trained horses for the cavalry. And at one point, they were training dogs too for canine divisions. But at some point, I actually think they had German and Italian prisoners of war too. Not too many, like 600 or so is what I read. But yeah. At some point, the Smithsonian Institute repurposed the land, and I think they use it for rehab purposes. It says Gate 7 here. I'm not 100% sure this is that land, but I'm pretty sure it's either the land I just walked by or the one like a quarter mile back. But it's pretty interesting. Yeah. They're using it for conservation methods and I think animal rehab for the National Zoo. Okay, almost to Mountain Home. I'll catch you guys later. Hey everybody, this is Mountain Home, and I'm in Front Royal, Virginia. And I'm staying in this hiker hostel, bed and breakfast, right outside of Front Royal. The Appalachian Trail pops out about 100 steps away from here. This is really my favorite place I've stayed so far. The history surrounding this home is just phenomenal. I've spent last night and a good portion of the day reading about the history of this home, the renovation of it, and it's just absolutely amazing. This home was built in 1847 by Samuel Gardner, and you know, was around through the Civil War. And I think to the upper right, the upstairs, that was the gardener's bedroom. And then to the upper left, teenage daughters were in that room. And one of the daughters, Anne, actually wrote a diary, and I spent a little bit of time reading her diary about what was going on when the troops were in this area during the Civil War. Absolutely amazing. So the home was built in 1847. It was expanded in 1867, and this family actually made it through the Civil War relatively much better than most other homes and families did. So in the diary, the teenage daughter talked about the troops that were passing. The road is just right there, but she's looking out her window and she's talking about the Union troops that are passing by. And there were so many entries into the diary that talked about the soldiers banging on the door, looking for a place to stay, looking for food, or breaking down the meat house and stealing their meat, stealing the corn. Sometimes the officers would come in and they behaved very nicely and they sat at the table and ate. But it was day after day after day of Union soldiers passing by. And then I watched a few videos. There was a battle here in Front Royal where Stonewall Jackson actually came up, and it was a huge win for the Confederacy. Completely, we outnumbered the Union troops quite a bit. There was a spy in town, Isabel Boyd, who when she saw the first Confederate soldiers in the area, she ran up to them and said, "Hey, tell Jackson that the Union troops are small in number. He could come in here and capture them all." So quite a lot of battle, a lot of chasing going on in this area. It feels very surreal to be walking in the footsteps. The property used to have thousands of acres attached to it. It's significantly smaller now, and you can see the main house there is brick on the outside. But in 1864, they kind of chopped the house off and expanded that left-hand side there. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. There's a few other outbuildings that are original to the property, which is amazing. And this, in the diary, Anne talks about looking out her window into the cabin, and this is the cabin here. In her diary, she spells the word cabin with 2 B's, so they've kept that significance there. But that's the cabin. It used to be a slave quarters, and it used to be a log cabin. The logs are still there, but at some point in history, someone bricked it up. But yeah, one of my favorite places to stay. There's so much history. I know I don't want to ramble on too long because this is a hiking trip, but I really enjoyed staying here. It was absolutely phenomenal. I'll show you a little bit on the inside. This is a registered historical building. And so when the current owners bought it, it was just dilapidated. And the amount of work they did is just insane. But they had to keep it true to the spirit of the history of the building, and they did a phenomenal job. But yeah, I'm loving this mountain home. Absolutely loving it. Okay, so I just wanted to go inside just for a minute or so and show you some of the key features that I've discovered so far inside the home. It's pretty cool. So again, home built in 1847, and I'll try to be a little bit quiet. I think there's one person in here. So this is part of the original home here. Right where that door is where the end of the home was. And in 1867, they added the addition onto the back. So one of the things I thought was very cool is when they redid the home, because it's a National Historical Landmark, they reused a lot of the original doors. This is the original door. I think they only had to replace one, and they found a door from an old home that really fit well. This is pretty cool. I love the eagle. I wasn't sure what this was. It says turn, and it is a bell on the back side of the door. Super, super cool. I mean, the whole transom window, the molding that goes around, this is just all beautiful. The hardware on the door, just all beautiful. In this room, a couple things that I found. Most of the doors have this, you know, the plank wood. Some of it's painted, faux painted wood, which would have been original at the time. I think they were trying to present like a more upscale wood, and that was very common in the 1860s. These on either side of the fireplace, they have bookshelves in little closets, but it's kind of interesting. The door on the outside of the closet almost looks like a Gothic type finish with the, you know, where you can see, instead of having flat, you can see how it goes up like that. It's pretty cool seeing the hardware. I mean, it's just really interesting at the things that they've tried to preserve. The picture molding going around the room was nice, and it definitely was an original feature, but not done in this way. I don't know if you can pick it up, but the very corner of that picture molding, you can see the molding doesn't go all the way to the frame. It's because picture molding was there, but it was kind of inset into the plaster. But she chose to leave that little piece hanging out just as a talking point for how the house was constructed. But yeah, super cool. Originally, this is part of the original part of the house. This door was originally a window, but then they converted it to a door in 1867 when they added this addition. So all original floors, this floor was actually staying like this when they found it. I think she said they had 3 layers of floor on top of it. So once they peeled that back, they discovered this floor here, which is absolutely beautiful. Again, loving the original doors and the inlay and the hardware there. It's just absolutely phenomenal. There's a feature over here that's kind of cool. This is a pass-through window from the kitchen into the dining area. That was super cool. And then if you look outside, and you can see the windows, about 80% of the windows are original, and you can see the waves in the glass. And what they did to preserve it, the way she described it is, glass is somewhat still a liquid, and over time it migrates to the bottom of the glass panel. So the bottom of the panels were thick and the top of the panels were thin, and what the carpenter decided to do was take the panel out, turn it upside down, put the thick end on the top, and reuse it, which was like a fantastic idea. So in the next 100 or so years, again, you'll just have to flip again and go from there. But looking outside that window, that is currently, it's a chicken coop. They call the chicken coop, but it was originally the corn, where you stored corn. And even the details of, you can see the drops coming off the eaves. Yeah, that they were there on the left side, but you could see where those drops were supposed to be attached on the right hand side. So they decided to have those created, and kind of, you know, the drops coming off the eaves. So they decided to finish it off in the way that it was originally built. Super, super cool details in this home. Absolutely, you know, one of my favorite places to stay here. It really has been a good stay, and I'm still discovering things as I walk around. Oh, I do want to show you real quick. Downstairs is where I'm staying, and these are all original stairs. This was probably a storage area, and in the bathroom downstairs, when they were putting this back together, they decided to keep original stone wall where it meets the original brick. It's pretty awesome. They had to deconstruct this wall and then reconstruct it to make it sound again, but I thought that was amazing that they kept the same stones, and yeah, super cool, super cool. Okay, just wanted to show you a few of the things. Original fireplace, tons of things, new things every time I turn around. And yes, there have been stories of spirits in the house. So I haven't had an encounter, but I'm going to keep my mind open for tonight. Anyway, okay, back to the front of the house and having a great time here. I'll catch up with you guys later. Hey everybody, I'm in this really cute downtown Main Street of Front Royal. It really is super nice. I can't believe I missed the Main Street when I was here a few weeks ago. They have a trolley bus that makes rounds. All the stores, I just walked up and down Main Street. All the stores are really cute. I ate at a Thai food restaurant that's sanctioned by the King of Thailand. Food was amazing, unbelievable. But yeah, several candy stores, coffee shops, restaurants. Definitely Main Street, Front Royal, really cute. Yeah, I'll probably come back here tomorrow night just to try. They have a few other restaurants I'd like to try out, but yeah, loving it.